Hello crafters, it's Alexa from Heart Crafts. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and I wanted to make a quick little memory album with you. It's a 4x6 one and I wanted to use Come Sail Away Sweet, and I wanted to use the Memory and More pack. Now these have the most gorgeous cards in them, great for journaling, and they also come with some beautiful laser cut papers as well. And I thought, oh, how fun would this be to make this into a small little mini album. Look at that, isn't that just beautiful? So the Memory and More pack, these are all 4x6, so I'll be making a 4x6 album, and I wanted to make it portrait, not landscape. Look at this, you even get gorgeous stickers. I love these stickers, they're just so much fun. Look at that, isn't that just darling? Oh, I could even sponge or spray that. That would be so cool. Look at these. So anyway, I thought it'd be really cute and fun to make a 4x6 album, because there's some beautiful sayings in here as well. And like I said, I wanted to make it portrait, I think. Although having a look at some of these cards, maybe I'll make it landscape. Don't know, what do you think? Maybe I will make it landscape. There's just some beautiful journaling cards in here, but they're mostly landscape. Now you do get 2 of each, which is really good, which I absolutely love. I'm starting to think maybe I'll make this landscape, not portrait. Okay. Well, I guess that changes some of my ideas and makes it a little bit of an easier album to make. So I'll be doing one probably similar to the Santa one I made. I don't know if anyone saw that one. Made that a long time ago, when the Christmas catalogue was launched. I haven't opened these yet, so maybe I should open these. Don't have, oh yes I do. I do have a pair of scissors here. I was thinking more portrait because I could use the stamps and the dies, which are absolutely beautiful too. Oh, look at them. Oh, they're really cute too. So I'll have fun using them as well in the album. And these are the dies that come, what's it called? The Sailing Home dies, and the stamps, which are absolutely gorgeous, are right here too. I love this, and I love the sayings. They're just beautiful sayings. I think they're beautiful anyway. I love them. And the DSP that goes with it, the designer series paper, is this lot here, and they're all double-sided, and I thought, oh, aren't they beautiful too? So we might add some of these in as well. Unsure yet if I'll use these, but I think these are absolutely gorgeous too. So there we go, there's the Sailing Home bundle, and Memory and More pack is what I had planned on using, so that's what I'm going to be using, and we shall get started. Now I'm going to start off with making my pocket page first. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut 4 pieces at 6 1/4 inches. And I am going to do this landscape. I want a portrait, but I am going to do this landscape. Maybe I'll do something else later with landscape. Okay, so I'm going to cut these at 6 1/4. And then I'm going to turn it around 90 degrees. And don't ask me why, I want to cut this way. And then I am going to butt this up to 9 inches. And I am going to score, cut again. And then I'm going to take it to the 1/2 inch. And I'm going to score at 1/2 inch. I'm going to turn it around again. And I am going to take it to 4 3/4 and score again. So this will give me my first page. So I'll just move that out of the way for a sec. And here's my bone folder. I'm just going to fold these at the score lines. And I'm going to burnish it at the same time so I'll get a nice and flat. And then fold it again and burnish. Okay, and then I am going to get my score tape and apply score tape to this little flap here. Okay, apply my score tape. This is a nice new roll, so all be good. Now I like to use score tape and glue. On my hinges and when I'm making my pages. I just feel that it gives it a little bit extra strength. So I'm just going to, and a little bit of wiggle room if you need it too. So, score tape and my glue. Right, and then I'm just going to bring this down, line it up nicely. If I'm happy with the positioning, I can then pull that out. There we go, nice and straight, and that's your first page. I will do another one with you, and then I will do the rest off camera because I'm sure you don't want to watch me do all 4 pages. Okay, so put this in the paper trimmer. We're going to trim it at 6 1/4. Now I keep all my scraps because we will use them for pockets and things like that. So don't throw any of it away. Always keep your scraps because you can use them for something else too. Right, at 9 inches and cut. We're going to score at 1/2 inch and turn it around 180 degrees and put it at 4 3/4. Oop, make sure it's straight and score again. Okay. Right, and we are going to fold and burnish. And apply our tape to the bottom. Here we go. And a bit of glue. There we go. Make sure it's nicely lined up. And just pull that out. And there we have another page. That's page 2. Okay, I'm going to finish the other 2 pages and I will be back. Okay, now I am going to make the cover for the album. Now I've got 2 sheets of Night of Navy here, and I've already pre-cut the chipboard, which I have used from the card swaps that we get it on stage when we go to on stage. It's not that thick, but it's thick, and I quite like it. Other things you can use is cereal boxes, and yeah, I was going to use a cereal box, but then I realised that the spine on that was just a little bit too big for what I wanted. So I may use that using the Memories and More pack, and I'll do a video on that one a little bit later. So I have cut these at 4.5 and 6 3/4. Because these are pocket pages, I like to have it just that little bit longer, because when you put the insert in here, I like it to be about 1/2 inch out, 1/4 to 1/2 inch out, so they're easy to pull out. So we will get started on covering our cover, and yeah. So the first thing I'm going to do is these 2 pages need to be cut down, because we only need an inch border around to give it a nice cover, nice neat cover anyway. So because these are standard A4, I'm just going to take a small bit on here, because this measures 4.5, so I want the width to be 6.5, so I have an inch border on each side, and I'm going to cut these 2 together. Oh, actually no, I'm not going to cut these 2 together. So 6.5, because I won't use the whole sheet of the other page, and because this measures 6 3/4, we want it to be 8 3/4, but we also have 1.5 inch spine. So I'm going to leave this one as is, because that will go on there like that. And I am going to, because I have that attached, we'll probably cut that, let me see, maybe I'll cut this, so I'll cut this one down to 6.5, and then I'll cut it down again once we get the cardstock on there and we have a bit of a better idea. I think that would work better. That way I don't blunder up, which I'm likely to do. Right, what did I just, here. Here's my tearing tape. So just to attach these together, you can use whatever adhesive you like. I like to use tearing tape. I'm just going to attach it to one side on the end here, as close as you can to the edge is preferable. And shall take that off. And then I like to use my cutting board to line everything up and make sure I get it all straight and even. So once again, I like to do my bunny ears. So I just lift this up a wee bit. I will line this up along here like that, and when I'm happy I will press down at the top here and pull the rest away, and then you get a beautiful straight join there. Okay, just like that. Love it when it all comes together. Okay, so try and keep this in view. So that's going to go down there like that, and then we're going to put our spine down. Now I like to leave at least a 1/8 of an inch gap, which will give it plenty of room to maneuver and bend, because if you don't leave the gap, it's not going to fold, and it won't fold lovely, and it will end up tearing and buckling and all sorts, which is not what we want. So I want to leave a 1 inch gap on this side, so I'm just going to estimate about a 1 inch gap out here, and I'm going to pop a pencil mark here, and that's where I'm going to trim. It's about a 1 inch gap. Okie dokies. So I am now going to trim this up. Now I've got my pencil line. Bring in my trimmer again. And sorry, I just knocked the camera then. Don't mean to make you all seasick. Now I'm doing a sea scene. Or a sea album. Okie dokies. Right. Now, to glue these down, you can do it several ways. I like to use my ruler to line everything up with. And I will probably use tearing tape as well as glue, I think. Let me see. I'm just thinking about that one. No, I might just use my tearing tape. So what I'm going to do is place my tearing tape, because I want this nice and flat, and because we're in winter here I live in Perth, WA, so because it's winter here and it's a little bit moist, things like glue tend to buckle a little bit if you don't get it all correct. So sometimes I'll use tearing tape and glue, but because the glue I'm using is water-based and it likes to grab the moisture in, it does tend to bubble a little bit if you don't get it right. So I'm just going to put my tearing tape around the edges of my cardstock. Burnish it down well so you get all the air bubbles out, otherwise it will lift again if you don't get all the bubbles out, and this will also keep it nice and flat. Okay, now I'm going to put two down the middle, and because I'm not going to be using a lot of embellishments on the covers, I don't really need that extra glue, but I may use, because I'm using the tearing tape as well, I might just use a bit of glue as well. Okay, that's that one. Okay, and we're just going to do the same with the other two. Now with your spine, you might want to use a little bit extra tearing tape because you want that to hold really, really well and you don't want it to come apart. So I might use 2 bits down the middle here, and I think I will definitely, because while I'm placing this I like to get it even, we'll use a bit of glue with this one when I do this one. Okay, and on my last piece, oh, well, today is a lovely Sunday here in Perth, and it's beautiful and sunny, a bit chilly outside. Like I said, we're just coming into winter now, or we're in winter, first few days in winter. So it's absolutely beautiful. And I actually live in the hills in Perth, WA. I don't actually live by the sea. And it's very rustic out here in the hills. I quite like it. We've been out here for about almost 40 years living in this house. So it's lovely. Obviously, we like it. So, yeah. There we go. Right. I must admit, I'm not much of a conversationalist or storyteller, so you won't get too much out of me when I do videos, but I will try. I will try. So there we go. That's about that. I hope I'm in camera. I look like I'm in camera view. Right. Now once again I'm going to use my ruler, and I'm just going to take the backing off my tearing tape. And stick it down. And hopefully I get this nice and straight. Sometimes I get off. I'm a little cattywonked, so to speak. Okay. No, I don't trust myself. I am going to use glue. So I have that little bit of wiggle room, just in case. So just a thin layer of glue is all you need. And this is art glitter glue I'm using. Whoops. Quite like the art glitter glue. It dries clear. It grabs really, really well. Actually, if I put it on angle before I place it down, I've got that ruler fairly straightish, I hope. Okie dokies. And I'm gonna burnish it down with my bone folder. There we go. Right, on to the next one. And I will do the same with this. Take all the backing off my tearing tape. Right, measure my ruler up again. Bit of glue so I have some wiggle room and some extra strength. Doesn't need to be neat, your glue. It's glue. Okay, right, on an angle again. And there you can see I've got my 1/8 inch gap. And place it down. Use the bone folder to score it down. Okay, and on to the last bit of the cover. Oh dear. I've just been outside and it's a bit chilly outside and it made my nose a bit cold, and now I've got the sniffles. So I'm sure once I dry up again, so I do apologise if I'm sniffling. That's what happens sometimes when you go out in the cold. Not that it's probably really cold, but I do feel the cold. Okie dokies. Just put my pin back in my glue. Here we go. Right, put my ruler back. Place it on an angle again. And have that 1/8 of a gap. And place it down. Oh, yay, it looks fairly straight. Burnish it all down. Burnish it all down. Yay. I'm happy with that. Oh, I'm a little bit out. Oh well, I'm fairly happy with that. Now for the, oh sorry, keep on knocking the camera. For the corners, actually I'll do it this way so I can see better. I like to bring my ruler on an angle and I come out about 1/8 of an inch-ish and draw a pencil line just so it will give me a nice corner. Sorry, I'll keep on knocking that. Okay, and I shall trim off the edges here. I should use my big paper snips for these, but this will do. This is what I have near me, so this is what we'll do. Okay, now I'm not going to go straight on that line for the simple reason is some of these are a little too close. So I'm just using the pencil line as a guide. Doesn't matter if it stays there, because you won't see it when it's folded over, but I just like to give a little bit more so when you fold it over you get a nice lovely edge. And I'm not the straightest of cutters, I do try. I remember when I was young, my mum used to always ask me to help her cut her material. She used to be a seamstress and she made all of our clothes when I was little. And she always asked me to help her keep her material straight. So maybe that's where I get it from. I'm just going to grab my scoring tool. because to help us fold this, it's nice to have a scored line. Use the small ball on your scoring tool. And this will give us a nice fold. I'm just going to score all the way along. Oops. Now I like to pre-fold, and then I will score again. It just helps with the folding and giving you a nice neat line. I'll do this, and I'll do this on all 4 sides. Whoop, help if I get it straight. Yes, I like to use the table to help me to fold, because I can add more pressure when I do it like this. Okay, and I'm just going to take the bigger side and score down on each of these sides. So when we come to scoring in here, it should be all good. Okay, now I'm just going to take my tearing tape again and I like to go all the way around all 4 sides, and I am going to do that so you're not watching me all the time. I'll stop the camera and I won't bore you to tears. And I will let my cat in because she's meowing at the door. Bless her heart. All right, I'll be back soon when I've done this.